Caitlin Clark's incredible season has come to a storybook ending as she won the Rookie of the Year award.
You are the 2024 Kia WNBA Rookie of the
Caitlin Clark's rookie season, it was a show. Her 769 points set a new rookie record, passing Hall of Famer Simone Augustus from her debut campaign.
Toxic locker room? Please. Fever players are shutting down those rumors about Caitlin Clark fast. But Cheryl Swoops keeps talking. Now Fever President Kelly's stepping in. Get ready for the real story behind this WNBA drama. So here's what went down. Cheryl Swoops, WNBA legend, drops this bomb about Clark and the Fever. She's saying there's a toxic locker room and players don't want to play with Clark. What? That's crazy talk, right? But check this out. Fever players aren't having it. They're shutting down these rumors left and right. It's like Swoops is living in a different world from the team. You know what's even wilder? Fever President Kelly decides she's had enough. She's stepping in to defend Clark and the team. This isn't just drama anymore. It's a full-on WNBA showdown. And trust me, you're gonna want to hear what happens next. While Swoops and Kelly duke it out, Clark's busy making history. You've seen her stats, but did you catch what she did to the record books? The Fever went from zeros to heroes this season, and it's not just luck. Clark's got everyone talking, but nobody's seen the full picture yet.
If Caitlin Clark somehow wins the WNBA championship this year, she will have put together the greatest rookie season in the history of professional sport. Include Caitlin Clark in the conversation, as I like to do, but we're also going to bring the NFL, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Caitlin Clark, Deion Sanders, all in the same boat with historical perspective and knowledge. And more than anything, I'm gonna blast the media.
What if I told you this rookie's changing more than just the scoreboard? Let's break down Clark's rookie season because these numbers are insane. We're talking 19.5 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 8.4 assists per game. That's not just good, that's historic. You know how many other players in WNBA history have put up those numbers? Zero. Nada. Clark's in a league of her own. Now, Swoops is out here saying these stats aren't dominant. But hold up, let's compare Clark's rookie year to Swoops's best seasons. Spoiler alert, Clark's crushing it in several categories. This isn't just a good rookie season, it's a statement. But here's where it gets wild. Clark didn't just show up and start scoring. She transformed the entire Fever franchise. Remember when the Fever were the league's punching bag? Not anymore. They just made the playoffs for the first time in 8 years. 8 years. That's not a coincidence. That's the Clark effect. Think about it. The Fever won 7 more games than last year. They went from bottom feeders to finishing in the top half of the league. And it's all because of one rookie. That's the kind of impact we usually see from veteran superstars, not first-year players.
She's the most impactful women's basketball player that we've seen in maybe generations, just with her ability to draw an audience. Her playing style, which is totally part of the modern day playing style, the logo threes. Obviously, once you bring Caitlin Clark to the league, things take off on a totally new, unprecedented level than what we've ever seen. I mean, I think it's fairly fair to say. So she's bringing all of these very new elements, to the game, and the WNBA is generating a lot of media attention that it didn't before. It always deserved to have this media attention when you look at the skill set.
And it's not just about scoring. Clark broke the league's all-time single-season assists record. She's not just putting up points, she's making everyone around her better. That's the mark of a true game changer. Now, here's where things get really interesting. You know how teams like the Lakers consult LeBron on big decisions? Well, word on the street is that Clark's got that kind of pull with the Fever already. As a rookie, we're talking major influence on team decisions, strategy, maybe even personnel moves. That's unheard of for a first-year player.
Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever had over 1.8 million viewers. This is now on an NFL Sunday. They had over 1.8 million viewers, and the rest of the games had around 400,000 viewers. These people are coming in waves to watch one player who has sold out every single arena that she has played in this season. I have not seen the viewership reports for the games last night yet, but I'm sure that it is probably double of what the Indiana Fever game got on Sunday.
So while everyone's busy arguing about Clark's impact, she's quietly reshaping the entire Fever organization from the inside out. This isn't just about what happens on the court anymore. Clark's changing how the whole franchise operates. You think team presidents are just suits in the background? Kelly is about to flip that script. She's making moves that could shake up the entire WNBA, and it all starts with defending Clark. Remember when Swoops dropped those bombs about Clark and the Fever? Well, Kelly wasn't having it. She came out swinging, and not in the way you'd expect from a team president. This wasn't some generic PR statement. Kelly went all in, defending Clark and the Fever like a mama bear protecting her cubs. Here's the thing, Kelly's not just any team president. She's got serious basketball cred from her time with the Pacers. When she talks basketball, people listen, and boy, did she have something to say.
200,000 more people came to watch the Indiana Fever than any other team in the league. The second best was 400,000. The Fever attendance is 200,000 more people this season than any other organization. The Liberty is next at 400,000. These are numbers when people talked about at the beginning of the season, the high tide lifts all boats or whatever, basically. Like, if you buy into this, everybody is going to eat.
Kelly didn't just defend Clark, she took aim at the whole idea of veterans speaking out of turn, without naming names, but we all know who she meant. Kelly basically said, hey, if you're not in our locker room, you don't get to talk about our team chemistry. That's huge. We're talking about a team president calling out a WNBA legend. That doesn't happen every day. It's like the basketball equivalent of your boss telling off the CEO of another company for trash talking you. But here's where it gets really interesting. Kelly's not just defending Clark, she's setting a whole new standard for how teams support their players. Think about it. How often do you see a team president publicly go to bat for a rookie? Against a league legend, no less.
Charles Barkley talking about the Caitlin Clark phenomenon and the people he blames for blowing this whole Caitlin Clark deal.
People believe what we say on television. Just because people don't like you or your personality, they can't get on TV and slander you. It's just total bullshit. These ladies, and I'm a WNBA fan, they cannot have this Caitlin Clark thing up any worse if they try. What is going on here? And the thing I love about her, she never says a word. But these ladies, who I love and respect their game, they couldn't have this thing up.
This isn't just about Clark anymore. Kelly's sending a message to every player on the Fever, and maybe even the whole league. It's like she's saying, if you're on my team, I've got your back, no matter who comes at you. That's a game changer. Imagine you're a rookie coming into the league. Wouldn't you want to play for a team where the president has your back like that? It could change how players think about free agency, drafts, everything. And let's talk about what this means for the Fever. They're not just building a team around Clark's talent. They're creating a culture where players feel protected and supported from the top down. That's the kind of thing that builds dynasties.
The WNBA Rookie of the Year race was pretty much neck and neck for the majority of the season, but now the league has officially crowned its queen. Caitlin Clark is your 2024 WNBA Kia Rookie of the Year. My girl averaged 19.2 points a game, 5.7 rebounds, and led the league with 8.4 assists per game, and that made her the first rookie to ever lead the W in that category. And I mentioned the Rookie of the Year race being tight throughout the season, but she ended up with 66 votes from a national panel of 67 sports writers and broadcasters.
But Kelly's move isn't just about team culture. It's a power play. She's basically telling the whole league, we're not the pushovers you remember. We've got Clark, we've got a plan, and we're not afraid to ruffle some feathers. Think about how this changes things for other team presidents. Are they going to feel pressured to be more outspoken, more protective of their players? Kelly just raised the bar for what it means to lead a WNBA team. And let's not forget about the veterans. Kelly's message was clear. Respect the rookies or get called out. That's a whole new dynamic in a league where veteran voices have always carried a lot of weight. Kelly's not the only one noticing Clark's impact. The TV ratings just dropped a truth bomb that's got the whole league talking. It's not just about respecting rookies anymore. It's about completely changing how the WNBA does business. You know how Clark's been setting records on the court? Well, she's breaking them off the court too. The WNBA playoffs just hit a ratings slump that's got everyone from team owners to TV execs scratching their heads.
The WNBA was nothing before Caitlin Clark, and she has made it into something. I know how great she is because of Caitlin Clark. The Arike Amagawali, and I'm sorry if I messed up the name, the girl in Dallas. That girl's a baller. These guys are all working off of platforms that were already built long before they got there, and they have not elevated that platform.
Since Clark's exit, not a single game has cracked the million viewer mark. That's wild, especially when you remember that Clark's first playoff matchup pulled in a massive 2.5 million viewers. Let's put this in perspective. The Liberty and Aces series, it's barely scraping 900,000 viewers per game. That's a huge drop from when Clark was lighting up the scoreboard. It's like the whole league took a collective breath when she left, and now they're holding it, waiting to see what happens next. But here's where it gets really interesting. Clark's not just changing how people watch the game, she's changing how teams build their rosters. The Fever, they're not just sitting back and enjoying their Clark-fueled success. They're planning for the future, and it's all about building around their superstar rookie. Think about it. The Fever's got this young phenom who's already rewriting the record books, but they know that's not enough. They're on the hunt for veteran players to round out their squad. It's like they're building a championship puzzle, and Clark's the centerpiece. Why is this such a big deal? Because it shows the Fever aren't just riding the Clark wave, they're surfing it all the way to the shore. They know they've got something special, and they're not about to waste it. It's a whole new approach to team building in the WNBA, and you can bet other teams are taking note.
Caitlin Clark showed up, and this is proof that her life is 10 times as hard as, to get the same credit.
People were actually watching her play basketball, so that added stress of the much bigger audience certainly came into play. I don't want to say scrutiny, but coverage is another way of lowering the bar. And I'm going to say this again. This is a Confucius mantra. The standards they set for you is what they really think of you.
But let's zoom out for a second. Clark's impact isn't just changing one team, it's shaking up the entire WNBA. We're talking about a rookie who's got the power to make or break TV ratings. That's unheard of. It's forcing the league to rethink everything from marketing strategies to how they develop young talent. Like, imagine you're a WNBA exec right now. You've just seen what one player can do to your viewership numbers. Are you gonna keep doing things the same old way? No way. You're gonna be looking for the next Caitlin Clark. You're gonna be thinking about how to showcase your young stars, how to build storylines around them, how to keep fans engaged even when the biggest names aren't playing.
Alyssa Thomas came out once again talking about the negativity that Fever fans and Caitlin Clark fans have been spreading this entire season. A significant amount of less fans watching the WNBA now that Caitlin is no longer in the picture. With Caitlin comes millions and millions and millions of more eyeballs. And with those millions and millions and millions of more eyeballs, unfortunately, is going to come some people who are not nice.
And it's not just about TV ratings. Clark's popularity is changing the game on social media, in merchandise sales, in ticket sales. She's not just a player, she's a whole marketing strategy wrapped up in a Fever jersey. But here's the real kicker. Clark's success isn't just good for Clark, or even just for the Fever. It's raising the bar for the entire league. Other teams are gonna have to step up their game, both on and off the court. We might see more aggressive moves in free agency, more focus on developing young talent, maybe even changes to how the league promotes itself.
Caitlin Clark got all but one Rookie of the Year vote. She will not have the distinction of being a unanimous Rookie of the Year. Is it a big, I would tend to think Caitlin Clark doesn't care, but she probably does care a little bit. And a lot of people are celebrating that. They're excited. They stay strong, whoever it was that, kept it real and blah, blah, and denied her that distinction.
Kelly Krauskopf, the Fever's new president, gets it. She's talking about the importance of great leadership and strategic planning as the WNBA evolves. That's code for we know we've got a good thing going and we're not about to let it slip away. So what does all this mean for the future of the WNBA? It's simple. The Clark effect is forcing the league to grow up and fast. We're not just talking about better basketball, although that's definitely part of it. We're talking about a whole new approach to how the league operates, from the front office all the way down to the court. So what's the big deal with all this Clark swoops Kelly drama? It's not just about one rookie or one team. This whole situation is showing us how players are getting more power in the WNBA. Clark's not just changing the game on the court, she's changing how teams treat their players off the court too. Think about it, a team president defending a rookie against a league legend. That's new, and it's not just talk. The Fever are building their whole team around Clark. They're treating her like a superstar, not just another rookie. This could be the start of something big in women's sports. Imagine if every team started backing their players like this. We might see a whole new era where athletes have more say in how things run. The Clark effect isn't just changing the Fever, it could change the whole game.